What is up? Welcome back to the stream slash YouTube video. We're doing Genshin Impact again. I just finished Squid Games. Great fucking TV show. Like, I highly recommend y'all go watch it. It's insane. We're gonna get straight into it. Today it could be possibly a shorter stream. I'm not gonna cap to y'all. It could be. It really depends on if I got stuff going on after this. But it'll be late though. This stream should be roughly long, about 2-3 hours ish. Well, what's up? What's up, everybody? What up, Loth? What's up, Valentine? What's up, VK? What up, Blocks? What? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Squid Game's freaking amazing, bro. I cannot believe what happened. And the ending, though, cracked. Yeah. It should be 3 hours at least. If it's two minimum. Let's get this quest started, though. We're not gonna waste any time here. Where's it at? Oh my god, the quest is... Oh, no. I remember now. What's up, Serene? How are you? It's over here. Forgot I had the event on. Wasn't here for too long. Oh, it's fine. It's all good. I wasn't here for a while, too. What's up, Alex? Alec. I always want to say Alex. But how are all y'all? Find the merchant selling crystal marrow. This is either live stream at 6 a.m. It's like 6 a.m. or like 12 a.m. I know. I really do.
I don't think I recognize you.
I have a problem.
Are you
with
new
that.
arrivals?
Yes, we just arrived.
What do you need with me?
Where do you source your goods?
The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my sources, I might as well hand you the whole darn business. Trade secret. Got it? You know what trade and secret mean, right?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
I agree with you on that one.
Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here. Karisu and his associates sent you here to try and plead their case, didn't they? They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable, not by a single Mora.
For real, are the quests tough in Inazuma?
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place, and they ought to be more grateful. If it weren't for me, they'd be in seriously hot water.
You said maybe? Oh, Lord.
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy.
Time to get real fixer on the case.
Good idea. Let's check back in with him.
All right, Thelma. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I got my gift that I was supposed to get yesterday. I did. 400. Sheesh. And I also want to check one thing. I want to see this banner real quick. How many days does it have left? 11. Got time. So there are a few parts that are kind of tough, but not the part you're at. So yeah. All right, I got you. Claim one today. Oh yeah, you're right. I was. Where do I go to claim? Isn't it special event or events? Hold on, guys.
Hello.
Yeah. I missed one yesterday. Okay. Hold on again. I'm gonna go ahead and get the wishes that I can. I'm not gonna spend them on this banner. Not a chance on the planet. Heck no. All right, cool. 6 wishes. Not bad.
Be pure, evil be erased,
I think we can
mind
go
be
right.
purged, world be... That was quick. You resolved it already?
I get another 400 later. Hopefully.
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
You're going to have to help us help
No.
you.
Well, by all means, tell me what you need. I'll help as much as I can. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand.
You think?
Oh, that guy? I'm familiar.
Oh, there's something in my eye.
He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by, but he seems to have suddenly shot up in the world recently.
Mostly lore, building, not fighting anyways. Gonna be alright. Alright, cool.
I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the International Trade Association.
Huh. You're saying he used to be a member of the International Trade Association? So he's an Outlander too?
Pretty much.
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading between Leah and Inazuma.
Why does he say Leah? That was Leeway.
When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of Outlanders that ended up stranded on Rito.
Huh. What a bummer.
Hold on, guys.
The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the
I
association
got, like, an
members found it
eyelash in my
increasingly
eye or
difficult to make ends meet.
So he left the association and turned his back on them.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount of gratitude and warmth left in them somewhere.
Really? Is that all you need to know?
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in with him.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that, Blocks. It's these actors, man. These voice actors. They always mess it up. Every time. But I did have a feeling this, I'd really be... Like, the Inazuma quest would be more dialogue than fighting.
What are you doing back
Just because it doesn't
here?
look like you'd be
Just
fighting
because I got
around
plenty
here.
of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from?
Dandelion wine would sure be nice on a day like this.
Mondstadt? You were talking about Mondstadt.
It really is the most single unpronounced word. Is that dandelion wine? I wonder if that works. Oh, I can only do one at a time? Free.
Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't
Beginning of the
remember the
quest?
last time
Yeah,
I was
it
there.
is.
The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back.
May the Animo Archon
My
protect you.
hometown, the home of freedom. How I long to go back and visit.
Hi, Ellie Thoma. Oh, that's insane. Your name's Thoma.
It's working!
So, trying to play my heartstrings like a liar, are you? I know what you're up to. Huh?
Close your
What is
eyes.
this? What are you up to now?
Just close your eyes already!
Listen closely, doesn't it sound
You
familiar?
mean the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants.
I hate when that does that. As I always
Ciao
saw.
lanterns. I'm right there with the lantern right. Oh, look at them floating up into the sky.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he really does miss Liyue Harbor.
Liyue. Liyue.
Yeah. Let's see. No, I'm not giving him Coil of Peace. What?
Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it. You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I like to imagine it's the voice of my hometown, carried across the ocean. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and slip away. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them and free myself from this anguish?
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. But I couldn't do it. I'm not strong enough. So I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me. And make Mondstadters look like the worst people in the world. All right, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside, and I can't take it anymore.
You
Story
ready to talk
time. Let's put it
now?
on auto.
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, but now it's time to make things right. So come on, get it off your chest. What's the deal here?
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru, Keijiro and his companions. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collection Ashigaru.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. It's barely enough for me to live on.
You said you can't wait for Scary Games Saturday? Me either. That's going to be fun. We're going to do something crazy on Scary Games Saturday on Roblox.
You're right. Without conclusive evidence, he will never admit it. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always heads to the same place. It's always made me suspicious. As it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago. I can show you where he went if you want.
Really? Well, then there's no time to lose. Let's go.
Fine. Catchy. Tracks.
Keijiro, it's him!
Oh, thought I had it on auto.
After him.
The following without being noticed? Oh, it's one of these, huh? I haven't done these in a while. It's fine, I am the sneakiest person alive. They try to make these sneaky missions out to be as if they're so
Ryoko,
difficult.
how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who else is behind
Crouch.
on payments? Let me think. Yes, the trade association clique still needs to be brought into line.
Hey, where are you going?
Further and further away.
What was that sound?
Quiet. Don't let him find us.
Oh man, if you don't be quiet, he's
Must
gonna
be
find
hearing
us.
things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
He's getting further and further away.
Paimon,
Let's catch up a
hush.
little.
Gonna get us caught.
Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye.
Elemental sight.
Only we made less noise.
Let's be honest. Paimon sold that. How did I fail?
Keijiro,
He
it's him!
crouching in the most. I know, right? Like crouching, you're gonna get caught. He's just gonna think that you're watching him or you're scheming. You're planning something.
Which one should I choose? How boring.
I thought I was close enough to him at the end, but I guess not.
Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Indeed, Valentine, indeed.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Okay.
Now, who else is behind on payments?
My noties?
Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clicked.
What noties? Oh, these? I never opened these, now that I think about it. What do these do? Do they give me anything if I open them?
Should I close early?
He's getting further and further
Oh,
away.
top right. Oh.
What was that sound?
Shh! Quiet! Don't let him find us!
Must be hearing things. Ah, drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
He's about to turn around and just destroy me. I made it.
What could he be doing at a place like this?
Said been watching YouTube videos. You all the best. Thank you, Marley. Thank you. Glad you're here.
It looked like he buried something over there, didn't it? Why don't we take a look?
What if he just like planted a trap for us because he knew we were behind him the whole time?
Whoa, it's a ledger. Boring. Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here.
No chance.
Yeah.
Let me take a look here. Aha, yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete record of every single transaction, each one proof of his guilt.
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence. Let's go tell Karisu the good news, shall we?
I'll say goodbye to you here then.
Huh? You aren't gonna come with us?
I need a little more time before I'm ready to face the head of the association. I'm sorry.
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty awkward guy, huh?
Indeed. Alright. Tell the International Trade Association what really happened. Alright, you said check my character notifications. I don't know if those are for. I think the... Oh, they're just my stories and voiceovers, I'm pretty sure.
Hi.
Cider Lake never freezes, no matter
Oh
what time
my
of year it
god. Yeah, that's really all it is in my character notification. Free promo. Oh, really? Oh, these. I've done them all, haven't I? Yeah, for the most part. Oh, snap. Alright. Tell them what really happened. Where they at? Oh.
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss. There'll be nothing left for us to do but starve.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you? Another new member of the association?
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal marrow to sell it right back to the taxpayers.
Huh? Is this true? You've been swindling us!
Well,
You know the vibe,
you
Amani.
see, the taxes,
Let me take a look at the ledger.
Mate, I don't know what's in
Well,
my
would you look at that? Every payment the association has made is right here in your personal ledger. So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do. How shall we settle this,
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite obvious that I'm merely trying to earn a modest living for myself, like anyone else.
Word has it that Samurai and the Commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm sure Commission members won't blame you once word gets out.
Huh? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an illustrious gentleman such as yourself were to have their reputation tarnished.
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest we do about it?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession, correct? Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could finally have some more breathing room.
Is that it?
Do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden? Fine. In that case, I'll send it over to you today.
I'll probably react to it. I probably will react to it
Not even an ounce of shame for his
for a video.
actions.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my losses?
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good deal here.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off so easily.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just now?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to lend them a helping hand, but they're never grateful.
A helping hand? The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth. I assure you that Hirage Shinsuke will hear of this.
Oh, and you dare to utter the Commissioner's name. You Outlanders have no respect for the rules. Seize the merchants. We will resolve this dispute back at headquarters.
Uh-oh. This is going in a bad direction.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If there's a dispute to resolve, let's get a drink and talk it over.
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right mind would I join you for a drink?
You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro Commission may be, you have no business meddling in Rito's affairs.
Of course not, of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young
What?
lady of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would you?
That fan,
The
Shirasagi
Shogun.
Himegimi. I don't need any trouble with her. Okay, let's forget all this. It'll give us one less thing to worry about.
But, Chief!
Enough! We're leaving.
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is well and truly burned then.
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship with the Kanjo Commission had to suffer for our sake.
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's anyone you should be thanking, it's the Traveler. He's the one who found a way to turn things around. If nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru will tread a little more carefully in the future.
Toma, what was all that?
Shh, not here. Too many people listening. Let's move somewhere else.
It's literally in the same spot, and there's more people around here than there were over there.
Corruption seems rife in the Kanjo Commission. They truly are rotten to the core. All right. Time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know?
The Yashiro Commission.
Straight to the point. Let me reintroduce myself. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island. I'm an attendant of the Shirasagi Himegimi.
Narukami Island.
You've been keeping your true identity a secret from us this whole time? So, the Yashiro Commission. Guessing that's another branch of the Tri-Commission?
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'd go into more detail on what exactly that covers, but I'm not even sure myself. I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato Ayaka, also known as the Shirasagi Himegimi.
Seems like she must be super famous in Inazuma, given the reaction of those guys just now.
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified, and kind-hearted too. The people of Inazuma quite adore Miss Kamisato. Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato, despite the fact that he's the current head of the clan. I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's situation certainly seems to attest to that. Take me, for example. I'm just an attendant, and yet she treats me as an equal, as she would a friend. You're asking the right questions, and to be honest, I don't want to keep you in the dark any more than is necessary. Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of relationships on the island, and I got to know Captain Beto during that time too.
Still pretty good going for just a month's work.
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery, but the main thing was I had to make sure I'd be in time to receive you when you arrived. Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from hearing about your feats in Mondstadt and Liyue. So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, she began looking forward to your arrival with great anticipation. She's excited to find out whether the rumors are true. That is, that you have what it takes to change the tide of the times.
Change the tide of the times?
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the way to turn the situation around. Navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. It's just what Miss Kamisato had hoped to see. With your help, even the Vision Hunt decree... That's an unexpected development. Perhaps our sources were misleading.
One goal here to meet.
Yes,
Raiden
of course.
Shogun.
I completely understand, and as agreed, I shall help set that up for you.
Toma sure didn't put up much of a fight.
Well, my work on Rito is done. So I suppose this is goodbye for now. Oh, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. When you get to Narukami Island, you can find me at the Komori Tea House, as per the letter. Good luck with everything. See you soon.
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? We should get going. Huh? What's up?
Islanders are unable to leave Ratu.
Oh, right! Paimon forgot all about that! Wait, so did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! No wonder he was so matter-of-fact about the whole thing! As soon as we get off Ritu, Paimon's going straight to Komori Tea House to settle the score! Well, guess we should give it a try. Let's head to the border and see how far we get.
What is Paimon gonna do? Okay. 30 promo gems, I'll take it. Try to leave Ratu. Paimon stays mad. What's that saying? Short
Stop
people
there.
always get mad.
Present your travel permits.
I got like a temper.
Sorry, but we really gotta gotta get to Narukami Island. It's kinda urgent.
If you don't have a travel permit, this is as far as you'll get. Those are the rules.
As expected. Traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of Rito? Are you saying we should go and meet with the Kanjo Commissioner? Guess it
Probably.
can't hurt to try. Even if Paimon has a few choice words to say about his subordinates. Who knows? Maybe he's our biggest fan.
It's good to have a different soundtrack in my ear, though. I am digging that.
Halt! This is the Kanjo Commissioner's office. No trespassers.
We're here to see, the Kanjo Commissioner?
The Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains Outlanders. Leave now or we'll be forced to...
Ah, wait.
The battle music?
Oh, Commissioner!
These two are honored guests from afar. No need to give them the usual spiel. Come on in. Let's see what we can do for you.
Soon, I'll hear it. Soon.
Did you get all that, mister?
My sincere apologies.
Paimon really does have a short temper.
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo Commissioner and head of the Hiragi clan. It's an honor to meet you both.
Nice to meet you, sir. So, the reason we wanted to come and see you was because...
All right, all in good time. Two travelers renowned far and wide have shown up to see me, and I should very much like to make their acquaintance. Let's not limit this to business only.
So what you're saying is, we really are pretty famous, huh?
Absolutely. How many other people in the world have what it takes to knock the wind out of Storm Terror's sails and put the Overlord of the Vortex back under the sea, eh?
Exactly! Paimon thinks you make an excellent point.
And I hear you also foiled a Fatui plot in Liyue Harbor. Even beat one of their harbingers in a duel. Is that true?
That is true.
Whoa, you heard about that too? Yep, it's true, all right.
Well, Paimon didn't really help. She kind of just flew around.
As I thought.
Something wrong?
No. I'm simply awestruck by you both is all. Rito is greatly honored to have you visit us. One other thing I heard about you is your great zeal for helping other people. This makes me wonder whether you might be so kind as to render your assistance to the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, sure, no problem. Whatever you need, right?
Unsure powers can be possible. She just floats. I know, right? It doesn't make sense.
Excellent. Well then.
What if, like, the very, very last update Genshin ever has, they show Paimon's ability and where she actually came from? That'd be something.
You must know the Qingxin. A flower grows on the mountaintops of Liyue.
Yep, we've picked a few of those before. So, you want us to go back to Liyue?
But, like, aside from all that, she doesn't even have a vision either. So she has to be, like, some type of god figure in this game.
Yes, bring me 300 Qingxin, would you? Freshly picked, I mean.
Did Paimon hear that wrong?
Too much trouble, is it? I see. Then how about this? We have a few items that need delivering. Perhaps you can help with that?
That sounds much more like it.
709 letters, to be precise.
Hey, what gives?
709 letters?
Do that already?
Terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
Who's this?
What sort of an explanation is that? Traveler, what are we going to do? Should we really help this guy?
That's the spirit. Don't keep me waiting too long now.
She got Excalibur's attention.
You're seriously considering taking this job? The terms are ridiculous.
Leave the Kanju Commissioner's office.
Halt, you two!
Huh? What did we do?
Miss Hiragi has a letter for you. She insists that you read it immediately.
A letter?
I'm guessing that was the lady we just saw. Dear traveler,
So this means she
I
wants you to
can't read that
secretly
while I
meet
hear
her at
Paimon
the
in my ear.
But you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's going on? Huh? Have you been up to something behind Paimon's back? Let's ask her tonight and see what she has to say.
Yeah. And then there's this. Controlling time. I honestly forgot how to do that. What did it say again? 18 through 24. So close to midnight. And you... I don't know how to switch. No, God, no. Okay, current time. Or do I just go to 18? Is that what it... That's how you do it. I thought I had to move both of them. Yeah. Now what? Let's just see that. Been so long since I've used that
You
card.
finally arrived. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Hiragi Chisato. This is technically the second time we have met. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Wow. She's the daughter of the Hiragi clan, all right.
The pleasure is
No
mine.
need to be so formal. I've long marveled at your accomplishments. And at last, we have the chance to meet.
Is it Paimon, or does something seem a bit off here?
The reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is, well, I feared that I might never have another opportunity to discuss this with you.
Who knows?
Discuss what?
Ahem. I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
Should I do it to her?
Like father, like daughter. Couldn't you be more original?
No, you misunderstand me. Please, allow me to explain. I was hoping that you could deliver a letter to Narukami Island in my stead. It is to be given to Kujo Kamachi of the Tenryou Commission. My father has always forbidden me from communicating with him. He knows that there are prospects for my marriage that would better serve him politically. But my heart is with Kamaji. There is no one who would dare defy my father's will on Rito, but you are Outlanders. Outlanders seeking to get to Narukami Island. It would be regrettable to let such an opportunity pass.
I agree.
Paimon gets the whole picture now.
Of course, in doing so, I will also do everything in my power to help you leave Rito. That is my promise. To be perfectly honest, as long as you remain in Inazuma, my father will have no intention of letting you leave Rito.
Yeah, we figured as much. It was pretty obvious he was just trying to hold us up here.
I secretly overheard a conversation between my father and a very arrogant-sounding woman just a few days ago. They seemed to be discussing how to keep you here on Rito. In fact, it was the first time I had ever heard my father speak so respectfully to someone who wasn't the Shogun.
Wait a second.
We don't have much
They're
time.
trying to keep me here?
I'll tell you my plans to help you off the island. It just so happens that a shipment of goods is...
Tells the traveler her plans.
Very well. I'll be waiting for you at the border. I'm counting on you to deliver my letter.
Anything to get to Namaki Island. Go to retweet border. Carry out Shisato's plan. Oh wow, you know what I just realized? There's another like floating platform here, like in Liyue.
Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to Watatsumi Island?
My lady, this is an unexpected honor. You are correct. These goods have been repeatedly requested by the Kanjo Commissioner. We must be certain that they reach Watatsumi Island intact.
Watatsumi.
Is there something wrong, Lady Hiragi?
No, as you were. My father simply has some concerns of the shipment's safety, and has ordered that myself and an additional qualified escort be dispatched to ensure safe transport of the goods.
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort this shipment personally, are you? There's certainly no need for you to trouble yourself with such a matter. And as for this qualified escort...
That's in the Electro Island, I'm sure. You don't want to be there to fight the Electro... Oh, that's the Electro Oceanite, isn't it?
Please, do not cause us any further delay. If memory serves me right, my father has already asserted that this shipment must arrive on time. I'm certain punishment will be duly dispensed if it fails to do so.
Yes, of course, my lady. It's just that, well, we don't know who this...
Now, need I remind you of the penalty if anything were to happen to me en route? I'm sure you are all quite familiar with my father's temperament. Do you really presume
Popcorn
that you
seasoning.
can fully guarantee my safety on your own?
Boy, Chisato can talk the talk. They don't stand a chance.
Yes, my lady. Very well then. It's an honor to have you accompanying us. Your safety is our highest priority.
Shinojo, you can't really be agreeing to this.
Well, the request is
Oh,
from
I'm
Lady
about to get in a
Hiragi
fight?
herself. It is our duty to serve her in the utmost capacity.
Yes, but that's not the problem here.
Well then, if we're through here, I suggest we set off at once. Dawdling will only allow potential thieves more time to prepare, no?
Yes, my lady. You heard her. There's no time to lose.
Escort the goods and leave Ratu. Wait! Oh, I guess I don't stay on top of it. 3 different soundtracks. Oh my god, it almost crushed me.
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as
Sick.
we'll handle it.
Let me hear the song. Come on, play it, play it.
Forth, my blade.
Ah, interesting.
Submit for judgment.
I'm vibing with this one.
Swift and merciful.
Oh, that's sick. It's a samurai vibe. You're not dead. It's like a
my blade.
futuristic samurai vibe, dude. That's insane.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Nice. Wait, guys, let me get this.
Monster sighted. Prepare to counterattack. Protect Lady Hiragi at all costs.
We'll take care of this. Stay with Chisato.
It's the fact they're level 45 enemies, dude.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
My blade.
I can get the music louder. Hold on.
Spirit blade. Attack!
Oh god. I'm definitely gonna need to have more upgrades on all my players in Inazuma.
The fairy.
What are Helicurls doing here? You guys are infestating everywhere.
Watch
Summon
out!
Electro.
More
Bro.
monsters inbound. Lady Hiraki, stay close.
What is that? I'll take it. T. What? What's going on? Is that just to get me out of situations?
Swift and merciful.
All right. Wait a second.
Blowing thunder!
Oh.
Take this! What? Yeah.
You're open. I've got you.
All right.
Spirit blade.
It's all making sense to me now. I understand. I understand exactly what that thing was for.
As a dutiful maid would, I must leave no stone unturned.
They're about to destroy the balloon. This is bad. This is actually really bad. And it's not even me being like dying. It's just the fact that I'm weak. I'm just that weak.
I'll catch up.
One with my blade.
I'm going in.
I don't even know what I'm swinging at this point. Yeah. I knew it. That's just me being like low damage and everything. Like I don't know what I could do.
Hold on,
I
please.
can't upgrade any
These
of them
goods
yet.
are being sent to Watatsumi Island?
My lady.
Skipping
Is
all
there
this.
something wrong?
No. As you...
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort...
Please, do not...
Yes, of course.
Now, do you really
Boy.
Yeah.
Shinojo.
Well,
Yes, but...
Well then,
Yes, my lady.
Oh my dude. Alright. See, I can't even ascend Chongyun yet. I need... I literally need like 28 more Corla Piece, and the stained mask are a big problem. I can't even ascend my weapon. What about Noel? I can't ascend Noel. I'm gonna do it. Or weapon at least. I'll do that. My God, how much do I have? Eating artifacts to do like 100 something. I know. I don't know what artifacts to put on my characters. That's the problem. Can I refine it at least? Oh, it's already refined, Max. Dude, this thing in my eye is actually about to like. Power up stream, you'll show me. Alright, that's fine. We'll do that.
Oh, ow. Where did that come from?
Narukami Island is up ahead.
I gotta escort it for 294 seconds.
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as we'll handle it.
Free!
One with my blade.
Which try not to take damage at the beginning on the balloon. I'm gonna try to keep it away.
Submit for judgment.
Yeah. All right, that worked. For now.
My lucky day.
Swift and merciful.
My blade.
No, balloon, you're selling.
Monster sighted. Prepare to counterattack. Protect Lady Hiraki at all costs.
We'll take care of this. Stay with Chisato.
Precious frost. Spirit flame. Attack.
Get back here.
Swift and merciful.
Say no more.
The hunter.
All right, we got those out the way. Didn't realize there was a TP over there. All right, this is gonna be tricky. Actually, you know what? No. I got a better idea for this
More
one.
monsters
No.
inbound. Lady
I'm
Hiraki,
gonna save
stay
it.
close.
No, this is right. Damn it! I thought I had wind on.
Curb your fury from whence you came. My blade.
Leave it all to me, as a good knight should.
Oh, well, you're so weak. It's not even funny. I'm stuck.
Attack.
I'm okay.
Adventure. Steady as stone.
Come on.
Swift
Indeed, cinnamon. Indeed. Come on.
One with my blade.
The hunter
Oh, thank God.
becomes.
Please tell me that was the
the
last
hunted.
one. All right.
We can take
We're
refuge in the
level-
village up ahead. How are you faring, my lady?
You can do that?
I'm perfectly all right. You may stop here. The road to Narukami Island is just over there. In my letter, I've requested Kamaji to grant you a special travel permit from the Tenryou Commission. Consider it a token of my appreciation.
Thank you, Chisato.
My lady.
So that's how it is. I had a feeling something was amiss, but Shinojo, you...
No, Lady Hiragi would never hide anything from us. I'm sure of it. But who is this Kamaji you speak of, my lady?
I'm not afraid to say that he's the one I love.
The one you love?
Shinojo, did you honestly think that...
No, I'll keep it at the
What?
same world
No,
level.
I was just clarifying, that's all. I would never in my wildest dreams,
You two needn't worry. Please, forget that this ever happened. If my father catches word of it, I alone will be held accountable.
Yes, of course. As you wish,
Did
my
think he
lady.
had a chance.
But what will happen if your actions here are discovered, Chisato?
Don't fret. My father has always been one to spoil me. The worst he'd do is sentence me to half a day without food or something to that effect.
Half a day without
I
food?
never suspected a guy like him could have a soft side.
I wish you a safe journey. I'm sure we will meet again.
Bye, Chisato!
Come now. Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
all right.
Is he actually crying? Finally, Sacred Sakura's favor. That one was actually tricky.
We're finally on our own way again. I suppose it's
know,
time we find
finally.
Toma.
Wait a
Now,
second.
where did he say he would meet us again?
Thank you, Genshin. Come on, Chongyun. I need you to climb. 9 more to go. Thanks for the follow, Demufasa. Appreciate it, lad. I've never gotten a chest here yet, I don't think. Should I go over there? Wait a second, lads.
Submit for judgment. A touch of frost.
I'm gonna need my chest, guys.
I must leave no stone unturned.
If you don't mind.
My blade! There's more! Say no more! How's this? More!
What is that? Handy guard. You said this is your favorite one off the soundtrack so far for battle music? So far, that last one was my favorite.
There's more! Boom!
Alright.
My blade!
Alright, Noelle, you're actually weak. Oh my god!
Say no more! To the ferry!
Oh, there's a lot of puzzles you might go Einstein to solve. Oh lord. You're still alive? Guy.
More!
You're not even a real samurai, dude. You're like a zombie.
All in a day's work.
Chests are still the same. That's good to know.
I'll catch up.
There you are. How am I gonna get up there? I can climb it. Oh, I can. It's clutch. Like layway puzzles more. Have I ever done puzzles in this game? I don't recall doing any puzzles. Oh wait, yeah, I have. I remember in that little chamber area where I had to shoot the arrows in the pattern. I remember now.
Swift and merciful. I ride on wind and cloud alike.
Don't know what that's all about, but hey, here's what it is, I guess. What the heck is that? That's new. Let's go test it out, shall we? How do I like Inazuma so far? I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, going in.
I'm loving the change of scenery the most.
A touch of frost.
Alright. Electro Helicaros. I love to see him.
From whence you came.
First time I've seen this guy though before. No problem. No, they're not that bad. Not that bad.
Forth my blade.
Until he does that. Sakura. Hey yo, I didn't even give me my thing, man.
One with my blade.
Time to clean up.
Break the crystals, I'm guessing.
I'll catch up.
Seriously! Attack!
I'm gonna put on Sarah then. Buddy, you're getting knocked up.
Swift and merciful. Submit for judgment.
Not a good day for you. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. I didn't want to have to beat you up. Man.
Everybody stand back!
Force my blade.
Ice and fire. You love to see it. Nice. Oh, I didn't mean to cook. Lord knows I don't do that.
But welcome.
10 promo gem. I'll take that all day. I'm getting excited as if I don't get a lot of those all the time. Electro lot. Like a rest. It's true. Go straight beat him. Actually, now that y'all said something about those Electro characters, now that I think about it, I'm about to switch something up. But... Sorry, Excalibur.
With you all the way.
I know. Level 20. What am I thinking? I'm just curious. I gotta check. We're gonna do 3 leaves. 3 leaves are not gonna send her. That's fine. I'll do that. We gotta find those. We'll find them along the way. No problem. Yeah, I've been at Terra. This game, like, only 5 times. That's true, though, but... Hey, although I've only cooked that much, that's low-key, like, kind of a flex. I haven't cooked that much, and I've gotten through this far in the game without cooking that much. How do I get here? How do I get in there? Do I just, like, jump inside of it? That's how I'm like... Chill out, dude. All I'm trying to do is get a teleporter. That's all. And then I'll head over to do the mission quest. The tree. The one you just activated. Oh, the tree stumps. What the heck is wrong with this place? Why'd the whole scenery just change? What? No. Well, that's the thumbnail for this video. Matter of fact, why don't we do it right here? We're all here. On camera there, background blur, showing you guys what I do for the thumbnails. You're learning my secrets. Isn't that nice? Oh, this is a very pretty location. How nice. Alright, back on track.
Yeah! Right.
I gotta hurry too. Gonna have to leave roughly soon. Shucks. We might have played ourselves. We'll worry about all that later. I got so sidetracked just fighting and then looting around. Hey, the damaged mask though, I'll take them all day. Oh, you said I need to take the electrograms to bypass the wall. Figured. I'm saying, what are all these? These little promo gems. I'd love to see it. These. What is that? What does that do? Hold on. Oh, you love to see it. Use Electro next to them? What happened? Oh! That's sick. What do I need those for, though? You guys know I'm not a bow character, but this is an exception. Just for the sheer fact she's new. Had a feeling I had to get up there. Almost screwed us. Don't really need them unless you got Ayaka, but I guess I could use them for cooking. Wouldn't hurt. Really need to find those flowers though. That's what I need. But where would they be? I feel like they'd be in an area like this though. I mean, it somewhat looks the same as the flowers in the picture. Guess we'll find out sooner or later.
According to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
What do you mean?
Wait, we're not the general public.
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation, judging by your attire.
Are our clothes really so... what Paimon means to say is...
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Toma. It seems there's more to you than meets
Toma.
the eye. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that sounds more like it.
Ah, yes. The load screen.
Well, now that we're here, where's Toma? Paimon doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot his promise to meet us?
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that dog talking to us?
No, Toma has to be behind the desk.
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form?
No way.
Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue Harbor?
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
all right.
I didn't
I've had
think
my
so.
fun.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister.
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long.
Yeah, they tried
as
to
was
play
the
me
case
for a
in Rito.
fool.
So I came up with this little fun greeting for when you arrived. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that
material
little
for
test
Sarah.
you went through earlier, though it was quite necessary. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Ms. Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alongside us.
You fell for that, VK.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting all serious now.
I am
Sorry,
trying
did
to
I overdo it?
ascend
My apologies.
Sarah. Trying to get her up there with Chongyan.
Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very
Indeed, Rip.
beginning, haven't you? Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the lightning struck...
Kazuha.
So you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission is located.
Kazuha's friend
But
was
before
murdered,
that,
right?
there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god.
I thought so.
It's still under construction now, but
I wasn't so
you can already
clear in
see
that
it from
cutscene
practically
because I
anywhere
didn't
on
know if he
Narukami
just was
Island.
badly injured or murdered. But I do remember, yeah, I know about Raiden Shogun. Because I remember him saying the sword was like split in half. I need to grab his vision. It's a sad story from the lab. What is this? Where did you people come from? This building looks sick. Say me I get to go up there one day. Oh yeah, music is fire right here. Huh? Huh. I wish I could change my outfit on my characters. Oh, what's up, Ganyu? Wish I'd play that music all the time. The statue of the omnipresent God.
This area sure feels gloomy. People probably don't come here often.
Indeed,
do they?
Marley, indeed. It'd be so nice to change clothes.
Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt decree are put into this statue?
Is that Dendro up
So
there,
you've
the
already
green one?
heard of the Vision Hunt decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts. As for Inazuma, it's known as
I
the
thought
Nation
so.
of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is
Yeah, I
both
have
the
Sarah. I'm
nation's
trying
most
to
powerful ruler
send her, get
and
her
its deity.
materials.
The Eternity in question is her endless
I'm gonna
and
try to make it to a
unchanging will
powerhouse.
to rule over Inazuma. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to
Right,
limit
Cinnamon?
the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing it for all time.
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryo Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this statue. And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being, oh, I don't know, selfish?
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden Shogun. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day it was announced.
Huh?
Guessing you just got a
Hey, are you
flashback of
okay?
everything that
You look like
happened.
your mind is elsewhere.
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something happen?
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then what?
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined.
So a vision symbolizes ambition.
All right, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally!
All right, Cinnamon. See you next time, lad. This one's fairly far. Kamisato Estate. I didn't know we had hotels here too. Forget what her. Oh yeah, that's what it does. Very nice though. Thought I could pet the cat. Now, where would those flowers be? Only need 3 of them. I want to get my free wish as well, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like a pinkish purple flower. Oh, Lord. Should I could make it across. Oh, they're not here? Just for 1 second, Sarah. 1 second. Put
Ready
back
when
in.
you are.
And boom. No. Gotta go this way.
Cool it! Freeze!
You think I could have made it from there, actually? I didn't think I could make it over there. I thought I would run out of stamina in time, so I just said, screw it. Going.
Freeze!
I mean, at least it'll just give us some time to take in the scenery, you know? Just look around. Good space. Very nice.
Dodge this!
Reminds me of the lights in Antarctica, whatever they're called. Glacier lights, something like that.
Cool it!
Can't necessarily remember. Very clean though, very clean.
Freeze!
It's kind of sad I use Kaya for only one thing and one thing only.
Dodge this!
It's not too far.
Freeze!
Oh yeah, you're right, I do have a TP. Isn't that something? I got carried away. I had to enjoy the moment. Alright, put Sarah back in. Come on.
With you all the way.
I wish I never upgraded Amber. Like, actually. Oh, no. Who is this? Declined. Sorry, Nemo. Wait a second. No, not yet. I'll come back. This fight can wait. What's that, 7 or 8 more? 7. Yes. What the heck's wrong with you? Alright. Electro versus Electro.
Quiver! Over here!
Alright, listen guys. I'm not even trying to fight y'all. I just want to get my statue things. If you could let me do this in peace, then we can have all of the fighting you wish. Yep, knew that was coming. You guys are mad disrespectful for that. I'll make sure whoever shot that flaming arrow gets it first. And that. Really? I could have just done that the whole time? Alright, where y'all at? You are dead.
One with my blade. Spirit blade. Attack!
You did this to yourself. Just saying. I was gonna let y'all be, but I guess not. I'll destroy every tree in this vicinity.
Let me amuse myself.
Submit for
Use this. Where you at? I can't see. Shut your mouth.
Swift and merciful.
Let me amuse myself a little. Assistance. Shine no longer.
One with my blade.
Alright, Noah.
As a good knight should.
Show them what you're made of. This long sword. Oh. Wait a second. Good glide.
Steady as stone.
Good move. Very good move. The combos. Nice. god, I didn't mean to click that. Simple as that. Get my promo gems. Never use firm arrowheads, never. I still don't understand what they're for, to be honest.
Objects like this
Yeah,
would prove
music does
useful
go
when purging
stupid.
evil spirits.
TP ahead of it? Oh yeah, I have 6 more, by the way. Not too shabby if I say so myself. Do something what happened? Nothing really. We're just headed to the estate at the moment. Got into a duel with some disrespectful enemies. Really all that's happened so far. We're headed to go talk to Chisato's lover. Nice.
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she at? Oh, behind the screen?
Yes.
What is she doing
As
back
the daughter
there?
of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense. She's a super important person after all.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion,
Ayaka.
especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly
Oh
trampled
my
underfoot.
god. I
Though
just
the
got
Yashiro Commission
reminded
serves the
after what
Shogun,
she just
It is
said
the people with
about
whom
a
we share
spoiler
close
somebody
bonds,
said in
given the
YouTube
contact we
comment.
are required to have with them in the performance of our duties. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can...
It's insane. Somebody in the YouTube comment told me that I fight Raiden Shogun in a quest. I can't remember who.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
No, please, wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once
I
you've
don't know
met
why
them, you
either
will
left.
understand.
I got reminded when she said you have the power
A
to
warrior who guards a village,
change the
a former
times.
samurai who helped
And then it
carry
hit me.
out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world. Does Paimon got that right?
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here.
People will spoil anything
Then
nowadays.
you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do
Squid
great.
Games got spoiled for me. Not entirely. It's like I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody else, but you guys know the owner of the game that got spoiled for me. Thank you for the follow, Cam PRB49. Appreciate it. Play the game and people count it as a spoiler? Probably. Yeah. Some people live just to spoil things for everybody. They want to be the first to do it and then just be like, ha, this happens, this happens. You guys don't understand how many movies were spoiled for me as a kid. What is up with you, Bear? What do you want? you live with spoil. Don't we all? But I mean, we've all spoiled things in our lives. Let's be honest today. What's going on here? Something tells me I'm gonna need these. Not fighting those. I hate those guys with a passion. They get on my nerves. Yeah, you're not wrong. I try not to read the comments that fast, but like, just happen. Oh, you just run with Pyro? Dang it, I could have used Bennett. I try not to read them fast, but I get a notification on my phone, and it's like... They told me that spoiler like whenever the Inazuma and the Raiden banner all dropped, like around that time. It was before I even was close to getting in here.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden.
Why do old people always have their hands behind their back?
The children
in any anime,
it
doesn't matter.
Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
I don't think you can. I don't think it works. Like, I think it's for live streams or mods on YouTube. I'm pretty sure.
Ah, you must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago.
You said, I mean, you just gotta, it was the trailers and that. Yeah, true.
Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, and we all think the world of him. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did?
See, I could have spoiled the Squid Game for you if I wasn't careful with what I said. Then you're on, go ahead, asking for no spoilers. Could do that.
We will gladly
it's already too late
apologize if
now.
that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that
Gonna start
Tejima
to
had
make the
done
intros
nothing
again.
wrong,
The
and
intros
still
for the
they
YouTube
confiscated
videos.
his vision. After that, he became a completely different person. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, he announced that he was going to leave and become a wanderer. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he's in this state. He's a lost soul.
I do intros for like the videos I film. I need to do intros for the live streams, but if it's like a long file, like 2 hour long file, it's hard for my computer to process it, and sometimes it all doesn't come out together. So then it just makes up a big ordeal of like a clustered file, or it's like corrupted or something. So that's why there's no intros on like live stream videos. But
Seems like
aside
he's
from
a
that, I do.
well-respected guy around here.
I'll put the Discord in the intros.
One day, I'll be as... You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question
So
of
many
why
people
I
look the
want to
same.
leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay.
Yeah, I could start doing that. Just do the intros in the stream.
True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to
So I
leave
got
in all
Roblox
that
videos
time?
to put up too.
I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving around instead? The emptiness inside me will be there either way.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right? But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be easy. Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back.
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
I wish I had some water right
So if we
now.
want to keep Tejima from
getting
leaving,
thirsty.
we just need to find his
I
diary.
don't have anything in the
Must be around
refrigerator.
here somewhere. Let's take a look.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tejima's situation.
Find the clues to Tajima's memory. Am I going the right way? Of course not. Better not be on a dang building this time. Where are you at? No. Okay. Surely not. Where? What? What? What is this? I'm so confused. No.
Force my blade! Spirit blade! Attack!
I need to get in there. But how? How do I get in?
Let's light it up! Off we go! It's a miracle!
I didn't even realize I was AR. The levers near the house? Oh man. Things I do for some dang statue items. And now there's gonna say there's two of them. You can't bait me like that. You actually can't. You can't do this. It's not right.
This looks like Teijima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait, there's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine.
What up, booty god? Okay, go investigate the shrine nearby.
So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
Indeed, we finally got here, finally. Use elemental sight to find clues, Madara. Huh. Let's see. Tell me to go this way. Don't stop now, keep guiding me. Wish I had a hotkey for it.
Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years? Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look. It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Konda Village.
Already during war.
Sounds so
away
familiar.
from me, I
Where is
am
that place
Konda
again?
Village. There will be a safe home for us there.
Huh. So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh? Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Waiting on someone for 30 years? Some real dedication from you, Tajima.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamori
Paimon does
letter
talk a
belonged
lot.
to me too.
Not gonna lie.
But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting, Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like the blink of an eye.
That's terrifying to
How
think
could
about.
I have forgotten something so important to me?
We'll all be old before we know
Now
it.
that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been hollowed out. Love, regret, everything I felt for her, it's all disappeared. No, not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream. I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her?
I mean, you've been waiting for 30 years.
When
I
I
don't think
think
she's
about
gonna
it like
turn up
that.
anytime soon.
I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing.
Right. Being stood up
Thank
for that
you
long,
both for
man.
helping me
If I
reconnect
was
with
stood
my
up
reason
for
for staying here.
15 minutes.
I shall remain
30
here
minutes, I
and
would have
keep
been
waiting for
done.
her.
Tejima
Let
seems to
alone
be
30
doing
years.
okay.
That's
but still,
insane.
it makes Paimon really sad. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too. That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we?
I don't blame him for forgetting everything.
Let's go find the next person.
That's insane. 30
According to
years.
Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
He's been waiting there longer than I've been alive. Interesting. Is that a calling? Is it fate that we meet again? I think so. It is not fate.
It's my lucky day.
Nobody's trying to fight you right now, dude. Oh yeah, man. Because I have Kazuha. Why don't I have any character that can double jump?
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare
They
deceive
need
us?
emergency
Those
food?
provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission
Really, you
will
can
hear
do
of
that,
this.
Buddy God? Shoot, I might have to go get me one of those.
And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no
Yeah,
doubt.
dude.
What? We just
If
happened to
I
be
had
passing
Venti,
by.
I'd use them
We heard the
all
commotion and
day.
came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to
all
have come
day.
just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself, I just know it. We'll starve without them.
You know his
No one
vibe.
seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai.
Samurais were
It's no
supposed to be
wonder all the
modest,
visions have been
noble,
confiscated.
and just
The Raiden Shogun doesn't need
all
people
about
like him
honor.
helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But
These
why
are
would she ever want us to
not
help
samurai.
someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
talk to him.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous.
I don't trust this guy.
If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
This mansion.
Seems to be telling the truth. But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say. We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Go and stop the treasure hoarders from looting. Go to la la la. Alright, let's do this. Oh shit, this is his house? Damn.
We really
Morning,
outdid
Jake
ourselves
Hill.
this time. All those samurai you haven't. Today's just you demand.
These seem like the treasure.
Skipping through that. How are you gonna do this to my boy?
Boy,
And he said he has a family?
from whence you came.
Don't get stuck now.
Swift and merciful.
There goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss.
Steal
Think of
from
something.
him like that, man.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like
Get it?
Kurosawa.
Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
You've got a deal. Now show us what's in the box.
Huh? What the?
There's nothing in?
Yeah, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
Indeed.
Yes, of course. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke—
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
At the end, talk to OA General Shopping Goods. Alright, guys. You opened my doors, my little brother. Yeah, it's time for me to go, I'm pretty sure. I have to leave pretty soon. So I'm going to stop it right here. And,